Pangity mission log. I seem to be on the moon for some reason, and there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello?
Oh my god, it's Vector from the 2010 animated movie Despicable Me.
I have been stuck on Moon for 12 years and I would like to return to see my dad again and exact revenge on Gru and his adopted daughters.
Lucky for you, I have a rocket.
Thank you so much. Why are you here on the moon?
I've always wanted to go to the moon. I have a really cool idea. What if we watched a space movie in space?
Sure. Want to watch Lightyear?
Sure. I'll go get my laptop. It's funny, I would always say, "Hey friends," at the beginning of every single video of mine. Yep, it's still pretty good. Now let's make a video about it.
Oh my god, please don't.
So I saw this movie on opening night, but I honestly forgot to make a video about it. This movie is really good. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's humorous. I love it. So is this one of the best Pixar movies ever made?
No.
But does that make it a bad movie?
No.
I should definitely list the positives first. It is a pretty funny movie with some occasional good jokes. And I also really love the references to the original Toy Story movie, like this one.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Why don't they answer?
I think Chris Evans did a really good job as Buzz Lightyear here. It is kind of weird that Tim Allen isn't voicing him, but it makes total sense. It differentiates between the toy Buzz and this Buzz. Easy, simple. So Buzz Lightyear is escaping a planet that he and his friends marooned on after he makes a mistake in the beginning. To describe more of the story, I am going to have to go into spoilers, so skip to this timestamp if you don't want spoilers. But later in the movie, Zurg shows up to take the fuel cell from Buzz so that he can travel back in time. But it turns out that this movie decided to Rex Dangervest us. Yep, Zurg turns out to be future Buzz. I bet you're thinking, Pangy, wasn't Zurg supposed to be Buzz's father? Yeah, they never explain this at all. Up, incoming transmission.
So the thing that confounded me most was that in Toy Story 2, Zurg was Buzz's father, but in Lightyear, he was future Buzz. It confounded me for the longest time until I realized, wait, there's another way to think about this. Like, you all know about the remake theory, right? Where they say that Lightyear is a remake of the film Andy watched in, like, the late 90s. When I thought about it, it made a lot more sense. So, presumably, it's a remake of a movie from the late 90s, or early 90s, or the 80s. It's a remake of a film that Andy saw. The current day film is too modern looking to be like the original film. So I figured that, taking into account the theory that it was a remake of the original movie, it was like in the original film, Zurg was in fact Buzz's father. But when it was remade, that story beat was changed. They probably wanted to emphasize the time travel shtick implied in the original and just didn't take into account the original plot twist. It's also possible that the in-universe studio trusted were stupid. It's also possible that they didn't understand the context of Zurg's existence, and it was just changed to emphasize time travel. On the topic of this, it's possible that the lack of socks toys, because they were so popular, they flew off the shelves like Beanie Babies or during the Pokemania thing. It would likely be impossible to find a socks toy, especially for a single mother. It was a 90s trend, I guess.
That makes sense, though we should probably ignore that opening text in the beginning of the movie. So let's talk about one of the greatest things of the movie. Socks. He's great. I love him. He's obviously made for marketing purposes, but I do not really care. So, that was Lightyear. This movie is amazing. I loved it a lot. It's a pretty good expansion to the Toy Story universe, and I would highly recommend it, unless you easily get motion sickness. This movie is truly a great way to celebrate Pixar's return to the big screen, but this is not the best Pixar movie this year. That honor would have to go to Turning Red. I watched a lot more of Turning Red since my initial review on it, and I find it to be the more fun movie personally. I would personally raise my score from an 8 out of 10 to an 8.5. Go watch both of these movies, they are great. Despite being the slightly worse movie, I would still give Lightyear an 8.5 out of 10 as well. Also RoboKitty. So Vector, what do you think of this movie?
I thought it was pretty good. Now let's get out of here.
Oh god! Some aliens off-screen destroyed our rocket. What are we gonna do?
We could make a review for Space Jam and new Lego.
Vector, buddy, now's not the time. Just face it, Vector. We're marooned.
But I want to watch Space Jam in New Leaf.
Surrender, Lightyear. I have won. Prepare to prepare.
Not today, sir.